it's all a matter of personal perspective and taste. And so, you know, that is part of the gift. You know, that is part of the craft. But to counterbalance that point, again, I said you only get one chance to make a first impression. So there's an audition room, and then there's seeing those producers and casting directors out at a restaurant or a party, or, you know, I do remember, you know, being complimented on my dress at social events, and then those producers would consider me for the owner of the company, or a lawyer at the company, or a doctor, whereas if I was dressed more comfortable all the time, you know, it's different. I don't know if you saw N.E.D today. I was on N.E.D Williams. And after the show, she commented, she has a post-show, but she commented how I presented such a great image, but I might be a snoozed party. Okay, I've never partied around N.E.D, I've never drank, we never knocked some back, not that I would, but I was there about business today. So again, I was there to make a certain kind of impression, and the impression I made was that I might be stuffy and, you know, not be able to hit the pub on the weekend. And that, to me, was the most flattering thing she could have said. Because I was there to represent my grandmothers and my mothers, you know. And so it's about the role.
Okay, on this side. Okay, I want to thank y'all for coming first of all. My name is Betty Reynolds and I'm a theater major. Well, I have two questions, kind of like her. I have so many tattoos, and I want to know, in the industry, do they cover them if they really want to? And how is your faith, is it like a great correlation with roles, or like, does that play a good role? If I believe in Jesus real good, then...
I'll tell you about tattoos on the game plan. In the movie The Game Plan, The Rock has tattoos everywhere. Okay? But he also gets paid $10 million a movie. So they're going to take about $500,000 out of his check to spend every day spray painting. Okay? And if you don't have that much of a check to start with, then they're going to go on down the list to the next person, depending on the role. There's other roles, they might add to you. Rooney Mara in the Kiss of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. They dyed her eyebrows, pierced her up, drew the tattoos on, etc., etc. She has nothing. And that's not her hair color, she shaved her eyebrows, all that. So it's all individual. And if you deliver that role so genuine that they just like, I have to have you, they will do whatever they need to do to make you fit that role, like they did Rooney Mara. She's the best actress that auditioned all over the world for that particular role they needed to do. Or they took him off Dwayne. But, you know, if you're not about that craft, you know, the lesser your talent, the more typecast you become based on the way you do look, that you can come out of that role. So, you know, it works both ways. It depends on the individual.
Let me just say this, you know, it's all about what you're going in for, too. You know, invest in some good, it's this thing called Dermablend that makes, I don't know, 20 different shades of cover-up concealer. Make sure you find one for your shade and have it at home. So whatever that role is, and you know, if you need to look more demure or whatever, and just cover them yourself. You know, don't wait for them to tell you that that's not right.
And just with my experience with tattoos, I have tattoos. I got a lot of, I love tattoos. But in my experience, just know, like, if you have a 6 a.m. call time, you gotta come in at 5 to start getting your tattoos airbrushed. You know what I mean? So it can be a headache.
You asked about faith, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hollywood's primarily financed by the Jewish community, the Jewish banks. So faith is important. Spirituality is important. Your particular faith is important to you. You know, because you're going to need your faith on a lot of days in this industry. You know what I mean? If you have no faith, you'll have no foundation, and you won't be able to pull yourself through some of those tough times. So whatever your faith is, get in touch with it, because you're going to need it. But as far as, you know, stressing out on the other people, I think most people that I meet or I work with have some kind of faith, some kind of spirituality, some kind of belief, and that is a common bond, you know, and strength on most sets that I've been with. But I guess that's how we did that.
On the right.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, amigos and amigas? My name is Marco T. For physical education and recreation, a concentration of sports management. With that being said, I'm a huge baseball fan. This question is directed primarily to you. No offense to you guys, I appreciate your questions and comments and everything like that. But respect. But Mr. 3000, Mr. T-Rex Television, that was my favorite movie. With that being said, I work for the RBI program in Washington, D.C. We're focusing on the black community and bringing more blacks to Major League Baseball. Because as you know, Major League Baseball only has 4.5% blacks in the game. So with that being said, were there any challenges in Mr. 3000, rest in peace for Bernie Mac? Quick question with that. How was your experience working with him? A couple other questions. It's not a couple other questions. It all ties in. But did working on that movie give you new perspective on the game or another view of the sport? And did you find a new respect for the sport and being, black African Americans?
Don't feel free to draw.
I'll get to baseball is my best sport. And I was a drafted, baseball player by the minor leagues and the Red Sox when I was younger. Anything I do, I try to, I'm a perfectionist, I always try for it. So I started 6 months in advance in the movie with a batting coach. And I flew out 2 months early to go to training camp. And I did a month with the Brewers. So I did all my own kid in the movie, and I never had to leave the batting box unless it was a real home run. So I would take batting practice with Richie Sexton, we play home run derby. The big home run in the movie was a real home run, shot during the 7th inning stretch. We got 2 pitches, first one left. So, I took it real serious because I wanted to be as authentic and credible as possible. I'm a professional athlete. I felt like it was my duty and responsibility to represent baseball authentically. And what drove me to that was watching Bernie go to work. He's not a baseball player, and he worked his butt off to get in shape and to get his chops ready to deliver. And what the experience with Bernie taught me was why people are successful. Bernie had the same people around him for his entire career, from hair and makeup to assistants. Now, a lot of us drive people crazy. All right, drive them away and switch out assistants and stuff every week. Bernie had the same family around him for 20 years. It spoke to this character, the kind of man he was. He spent one night with 7,000 fans in the stadium. He waited until he shook everyone's hand and took a picture with every person that wanted to meet him. And he had to pay to keep the lights on to do it. Okay, because they were trying to kick us out. And he was like, no, this is why I'm here. Okay, so the way he treated people, the way he went about his craft, the way he prepared, made me understand what it took. That was my first big studio movie. It made me understand what it took to get to where Bernie was, and more importantly, why Bernie was able to sustain, why people like Bernie. Everybody great that I think is great as an actor and artist that I work with has been the same way from Michelle Williams, from Destiny's Child, to Bernie Mac, to whoever it might be. They always remain humble, they remain real, they have blue collar work ethic, they don't get big-headed, and they realize why they got put on in the first place. And that's really what I learned from Bernie. And yeah, he did take the baseball part very, very seriously, which is a large part of why the movie worked. You can't make a romance letter to baseball without having the baseball part.